Hello and welcome to the Brother Slim. My name's Cam. This is another pre-recorded session as I got a little extra time today, which is nice. As we're in the end game of the People of the Stars campaign with the old doggo adjacent theme here. We're picking up where we left off on Lantern Year 20, if I remember correctly, facing off against the Bullfrog Dog. So stoked on this. It is the alternative level 3 version of the Frog Dog. I don't really know how it plays yet because this is the first time, but I do know it charges instead of leaps, so we'll see how that goes. Um, Bringing out a bit of a risk for the party, we have our current main tank. We have Bluey, our super OG, really powerful survivor. Why is that a risk? They have a constellation, which is really important to keep alive in this campaign until the very end. But they do also have this awesome thing where they gain a bunch of proficiencies and also an iron strange resource when they do gain a proficiency. So like they are a person that we do want out hunting. Everyone else, except maybe Balto, is a little bit more disposable. But here we go. We're going to be doing the Trent Dennison method of the hunt phase here, in which we basically have everything just set up on the showdown, which is nice, quick, and efficient. I did also just draw off camera beforehand. Something I've forgotten to engage with so far, or for the last couple of Lantern years, is the seed patterns here. So we got the Masamune, which I don't think we'll have any chance in hell of getting, just because it's got some very specific things. But then also the monster trophy, which seems really easy. It's a pelt, a perfect organ, which I'm sure we have, ammonia, which we have, and then you just need to kill a screaming antelope the last lantern year. And when you do, you gain the immortal disorder when you craft this thing. So like pretty straightforward. I pulled out the item. I don't know how useful it is, but I mean, increase your personal survival limit by monster level is pretty sick. And then all your weapons gain persistence 1. On a perfect hit, gain 1 survival. So like that's pretty cool. I don't have any perfect hit builds, and I would like to do one. So yeah, I might. I think I'm gonna craft it. We shall see, but we'll put it up and out of the way for now. There we go. All right, so for this hunt, we do have a fair amount of stuff in play, which is pretty cool. We got Noodling of Death to get another Burnished Encephalo Matter. Frankly, like, I think we have all that we need, and if we get one off Noodling of Death, we're probably not going to interact with the Copperfish Den here. Why is it here? Copper's kind of hard to come by, and basically every time I fight a frog dog, I roll a d10, and on a 6 up, I put it out, and on anything less than a 6, I put out a random terrain. Just kind of keep the fight fun, fresh, and exciting, because I've fought a lot of frog dogs in this campaign. But first bullfrog dog, so excited about that. Then we also have sky fishing and mineral gathering in play here too. So let's jump right to it here, and we're going to start with a. Oops, I think one thing I need to adjust is 1 sec here. Okay, let's see what we get here. A 1. I don't know if I've ever rolled a 1. Broken lanterns. The survivors feel something crunch beneath their feet. The event revealer may choose to lower their lantern and investigate, or ignore the sensation and continue. If they choose to investigate, roll some gains of courage. Otherwise, roll again on the table. Let's see what we find. Let's roll. So this would be Balto. Ooh, getting a lantern 10. Balto has historically gotten smashed on the hunt phase, so hopefully this is good. Survivors uncover a long abandoned lantern hoard. The forlorn sight fills them with dread. Each survivor sets their insanity to 0. After composing themselves, each survivor scavenges 1 broken lantern basic resource. Add them to the settlement storage. Okay, so 0 insanity for everybody does not spark a ton of joy, but scrap is nice, so we'll take it. We'll take it for sure. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. That is Bluey done. Sally's already at 0, and Newfie down to. I don't know why that's there. Let's get rid of those. Cool, cool. And then that'll be 4 broken lanterns. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sweet. Do not mind that at all. So we'll scoot on up to there. Not really huge on the Frog Dog Hunt event, so I think we're going to do Noodling of Death here. So this will be our kind of stand-in support person that's going to do this role. We're going to be facing off against that guy soon enough. Sad Frog Dog Song Fighting Art was really, really cool. I would not mind getting that again, that's for sure. All right, so Noodling of Death. Love the art for this, even though it is quite dark. Do not like the tables for this. Ooh, a 1. The light clutched in your quaking hands attracts snapping teeth from the dark. Suffer the dismembered arm severe injury. Archive the lure lantern. Womp, womp, womp. Yeah, that sucks. Alrighty, well, let's skip back to our team here. And this is Newfie. So lure lantern is archived. Goodbye. Yeah, that stinks. And then also a dismembered arm, severe injury. Dismembered arm. There we go. Lose an arm. You can no longer activate two-handed weapons. This injury is permanent and can be recorded twice. A survivor with 2 dismembered arms cannot activate any weapons. Gain a bleeding token. There we go. Is this weapon two-handed? Huzzah! It's not. Lovely. For anyone to happen to, not the end of the world, because they are kind of an old red shirt, for lack of better words, but still annoying that we didn't get the copper. But you know what? Ultimately, we can get another one, and I think we have enough that we really need. So if we don't get any more, I think that'll be okay. There'll be one item that I might miss crafting, but not the end of the world. So too bad, but not the end of the world for sure. And definitely not worth spending a lifetime reroll on. We scoot up to there. Let's roll another random hunt event roll. Getting a 43. 43. Fresh kill. Carpet of skittering bugs points the survivors to a freshly killed monster. The scavenging insects try to defend their dinner, but the survivors fight them off to claim the prize. Each survivor rolls 2d10 and adds their hunt XP. The highest scoring survivor slays the most vermin and wins the putrid prize for themselves. Oh, fun. I don't need to roll because it really doesn't matter. So what a lovely one. We just gain a random vermin and a random basic resource. Good stuff. So we gain a monster bone. And then what do we gain for the vermin? I think there's a seed pattern item that we could make if we get the fly. Oh no, that we also need records for that too, so that wouldn't really work. There is also a golden frog, which I wouldn't mind seeing too. What it does, I can't remember. I know you can get a new Mir Navi with it, but I don't know. We need one more omen. And if we get one more omen, then we could do the metamorphosis table, which would be cool. So let's see. What do we get? Crab spider. Ultimately, that's probably my favorite one, but it doesn't really do anything for us. But still, we'll put it up there. Good stuff. We gain a crab spider. Cool, cool. And so we're able to scoot up one more. Let's do another random roll. Getting a 68. There'll just be one flip of the page here, which is nice. A familiar face. If no survivors have died yet this campaign, ignore this and roll again. Each survivor rolls 1d10. The lowest scoring survivor or survivors, in case of a tie, becomes the straggler. Okay, so we'll just do it in order of who we have listed here. So, Balto getting a 6. Ooh, a 9 for Bluey. 7 for Newfie. And a 7 for Sally, which, again, if anyone has any doggo name suggestions, feel free to add them. I need to rename a couple of the survivors, mostly Franklin and Sally. Okay, so where was this? Familiar face. That is going to be Balto. While examining the stone faces underfoot, the straggler recognizes the face of a fallen friend. Bittersweet memories reduce them to tears, reduce their insanity to 0, and they gain +1 understanding. Okay, so Balto... Oh, I was mussing about with stuff off screen, and I accidentally reset everyone's insanity. So that is fine, but +1 understanding is nice. Let's do that. What was everyone's... So Balto, I think, was not insane before. Bluey had over 15. We're just going to put it to 15. And then Newfie, I think just had 3. And this is Sally's first one, so it would have been 0 anyways. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, sweet. So let's scoot on forward. And we're gonna do sky fishing now. Alrighty, Roo, sky fishing. Here we are. It's a very bootylicious fisher lady here. Okay, so, alright, so we do get add 2 to this roll. You inflate the lure and gently launch it into the air. It floats up into the darkness, and the group nervously waits. After a time, you feel a bite. Roll a d10. 7 becomes 9. A great accomplishment. Gain the Jowl Strange resource and 2 survival. So some kind of redemption after losing an arm while fishing. 1, 2. Okay, what? 2 survival and jowls. What is jowls? Because I've only seen the hagfish so far. Jowls. Ooh, iron. That's fun. Okay, what is jowls? When you gain jowls, it bites off your nose. If you have no nose, you die. If you have jowls, hagfish, and bugfish, you are inspired. You may archive all 3 to gain the filleting table innovation. Ooh, cool. Well, we don't have a bugfish yet, so we're going to keep on sky fishing. That's for sure. But this is a fish and iron. Sweet. So we'll put that up over there. Then we'll add it in with the rest of the resource. This is after the fact. Very cool, though. All right, so we scooch on forward, and now we're going to do Overwhelming Darkness, my favorite. Should be... just one more page over. Huzzah. Overwhelming Darkness. All right, so survivors with +3 courage, or 3+ courage, I should say, are Path of the Brave. Which is going to be, the way I like to do this is just moving the minis. So we have Bluey and Balto. Bluey's also a leader, and who do we want to bring over? Probably Sally. Let's bring Sally over there. And then Newfie is going to be Path of the Doomed, for better or worse, because they are not insane. Okay, let's do this. We'll go top to bottom here. So Balto, rolling on Path of the Brave, getting an 8. Lantern held high, suffer 1 event damage to your arms, not too shabby. There we go. Balto is now back in position. Next up, we have Bluey, getting a 6. Massive whale swims overhead, -1 evasion. All other survivors gain +1 survival. Ready, Roo. So -1 evasion, temporary. And then everyone else gains a survival. Very nice. All right, Newfie, which is Path of the Doomed. Doing a 6. You choke on the atmosphere. It leaves you sick and unbalanced. Lose monster level survival, so 3, and -1 evasion token. Alrighty, Roo. -1 evasion and 3 survival. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And last but not least, we have Sally. Rolling a 5. Okay, massive whale swims overhead, so -1 evasion. And a survival for everybody else. Really curious with the whale. Like, will we ever see this whale in the game? I would love to. Seeing a Kingdom Death whale would be creepy as heck and really, really cool in my opinion. So yeah, would love to see it. Copy. Okay, so that is that done. We're just going to leave this open to this page because we're going to be doing mineral gathering shortly here. First things first, we are doing, I think we'll do mineral gathering now, just in case. So let's do it. We'll scoot up to here. And mineral gathering. So this is just Bluey making this roll. 8. Gain 1 scrap, and if this is after overwhelming darkness, you find a cave. Resolve all rolls on. Then you may descend to the worm tunnels. Well, I think we're definitely going to because heck yes. Okay, so we gain a scrap. Let's just go ahead and do that right now. Scrap, there we go. And all right, let's do this thing. 6. You blunder in the darkness, lost and separated from the survivors. A voice whispers you, leading you back. Lose 2 survival and gain 2 insanity. We are not deaf, so we're good there. That's the only roll I've gotten on that table. Alrighty, so 1, 2, 1, 2. Cool, 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 cool. Alrighty, well, that is going to be that for the main book. So we'll scoot up there, and then we're going to do our maybe one and only Frog Dog Hunt event. See what we get. Wet ground. The loamy stone faces collapse underfoot. Brown water gradually rises ankle deep. The survivors' clapping footfalls turn to sloshing as they peer deeper into the marshy terrain. Each survivor rolls 1d10. Okay, so we'll start with Balto here. 8. The faint burbling forms into coherent speech. Gain 1 insanity and 1 understanding. You witness an omen! Ooh, fun! Okay, what was that? 1 and 1, I think? Yes, we gain 1 insanity and an understanding. And then I just need to go to our settlement page here because an omen is very exciting. I'm just going to do this on my phone here. So that is 3 omens. We actually don't have the portcullis key, but I know that we don't, so that's fine. Cool. Very, very cool. Next up, let's do Bluey. A 6. Mud burbles with a foul stink. Gain the squeamish disorder. If you already have it, you refuse to go any further. Okay. I don't think we have squeamish. Let's see. Squeamish. Cannot depart with any stinky gear. Do we have anything stinky? I don't believe so. No, so we're fine. But I'm pretty sure we have this on someone else. What's a bummer is, oops, I went too far. If you become stinky, lose all your survival. So that is pretty gross. All right, next person. Ooh, also getting an 8 for Newfie. Good stuff. So it's going to be, was it 2 insanity? 1 and 1, actually. So 1 insanity and a understanding. There we go. And omen. Yes. Oops, where did I get to? Four omens, just like that. We can do the Metamorphosis Festival when we get back, which is very exciting. Very exciting indeed. Okay, then last but not least, we have Sally rolling on this table. 6, so same thing, squeamish. Squeamish. There we go. Does Sally have any stinky gear? No, we're good there. Okay, cool, cool. Well, that is not too bad. I mean, that could have been way worse. Okay, cool. So there we go. We are now in it to win it. Let's go ahead and face off against the level 3 special version of the Frog Dog, the Bullfrog Dog. Here it is here, and it's all its gribbly tusked glory. I love this art. It is so beastly. Reminds me of like a frog mammoth, and it's terrifying, especially those human-like teeth. Okay, Showdown, Bull, Frog Dog. A guttural growl echoes in the stone mouths beneath your feet. Something in the darkness is calling, but not for you. Dot dot dot. So hunt the level 3 Bull Frog Dog. Use the level 3 Frog Dog setup. You've done all that. KG, that's the same thing. It does have 3 tokens, which you're going to hope to take advantage of with Roth. Differences are, so use the level 3 Frog Dog setup, include 3 hit locations with a certain mark. That's already done. Okay, cool, 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 cool. As far as the setup here, too, yeah, we're all gravy, baby. This needs to be back 1, though, I think. Yes, that should be back there. There we go. Right. Oops, as I knock stuff out of the way. There we go. Alrighty, Roo. So let's get this camera set up a little bit better. Boom, boom, boom. Put that down here. Right, so what are we doing here? We do not get to go first. It's going to go first, which is always a little scary. However, because we have Bluey, we have a pretty powerful ability in play, which is Oracle's Eye, if I remember the name correctly. So we're able to look at the AI deck and shuffle it. So no legendary on the top. That's nice. Let's see what we have here. Just for fun. Okay, Origin Dream, Gut-wrenching Leer. So I've dealt with this one before, and it can either be not that bad or absolutely terrifying. You roll a d10 and gain that many stink tokens, and bad things happen. Oh, Bullish Blast. So this is the new one. Bullfrog Dog begins to bloat, growling before barreling forward. Turn the monster to face the most survivors and full move forward. On collision, survivors are gored and blasted with putrid gas. Suffer 5 damage to a random hit location. Draw the top card of the fart deck and target all survivors that suffered collision. That is terrifying and really cool. Bullish Core. Monster's flaccid gular sac quakes with a ragged intake of air. The monster engages its core, blaring into the darkness. Brain damage, gaseous bloat, draw AI. Okay. Psycho Bark. Growls angrily, rolls 1d10 and adds their courage. If the result is less than 12, they suffer monster level brain damage and flee. Bark Zone is wild. Gaseous bloat, release a furious storm of pressurized barks, suffer 3 hits for 3 damage, double the number of hits for knockdown survivors. Terrifying. Metamorphosis. Alrighty. If the result is greater than the target's insanity, they gain monster level random brain traumas. Yeah, so we do not want metamorphosis to happen. That's the one where people can straight up die, especially considering we have so few insanity with everyone except Bluey. Bullish Temper, draw an AI. If survivor's total courage is less than 15, the monster gains +1 speed and damage tokens. Ultimately, if we get that, that's not the end of the world because we can get rid of them and do damage to them in exchange, which is nice. Bullish Posture, intimidate all targets. Phantasmagoria. Slough. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Well, we're going to shuffle that and hopefully not top deck anything awful. There we go. Okay, and the only other thing that's different in the traits is Bullish Charge. Leap. The bullfrog dog propels itself along the ground, charging instead of leaping. Move the monster until it reaches the center of a random mammoth leaf it does not currently occupy. Move the monster along the shortest path, but be sure to choose a path that collides with as many survivors as possible. Then turn the monster's blind spot to face the center of the showdown board. Survivors suffer collide with 5 damage to random hit location and gain a bleeding token. Okay, yeah, that is pretty gross. Okay, before we get started, I am just going to run and grab something really quick, so hang on just a tick. Let's do this. What's going to us first here? Carbuncle Eruption. Mood. When this comes into play... Ooh, one thing I need to do first is stinky stuff. Let's see. Balto, do you have any stinky gear? No, you don't, because you've got that disorder. So no stink token for you. Bluey, no stink token for you. Newfie, no stinky token for you. And last but not least, Sally here. Oh, no stink token for you either. Huzzah, that's nice. All right, Carbuncle Eruption. Perform basic action. The Frog Dog's carbuncles continuously vomit inky spray. When a survivor attacks from the spray zone, they gain a stink token and suffer -3 accuracy for the attack. Discard this when the monster suffers a critical wound. So hopefully not too bad. This is now in play, and then we obviously need to do a basic action. So pick target. Random stinky survivor in range. No one is stinky. Stinkiest survivor. No one is stinky. So KG. I don't know the last time I've actually seen it do KG. Place the monster in the center of the showdown board. A vigorous flourish of its horns heralds a guttural growl from within its titanic sack. The monster gains +1 accuracy and +1 damage tokens. Okay, so do not love that, but on the bright side, we can turn those tokens into wounds, which is pretty wild. So +1 accuracy and damage. Let me just grab those. +1 accuracy and damage. All right, so it's up to +3 accuracy and +3 damage right now, which is pretty bonkers. I think that actually is a little bit different than the normal Frog Dog. Cool. Very, very cool. So we got that in play. That is the Frog Dog's first turn. We are going to go in with Bluey first. Bluey is going to scoot right to there. You know what? Technically speaking, they could have started there, so I am going to say that they did start here. No, there's no point in that. That's just cheating randomly. So yeah, no. They are moving here, and they are going to attack. They're going to swing in with Wrath first. I'm going to check one thing here, too. What fun stuff do we have? You may add your understanding to your accuracy attribute. Do we want to do that to try to get rid of the Sturf? Let's do it. So basically, we're going to hit on anything but a 1. Nice. Reason why I'm doing this is basically because I really want to get rid of those tokens, and this is how we're going to do it. So let's see. Nice, nice. So it's got +1 luck token, so we're going to be critting on a 7. I guess we need to see what we're hitting here as well. Festering Heal, which does have a crit effect, so fingers crossed for a 7+. Oh, dear diary. Jackpot. All right, so the strangely joined leg splasms, splashing brackish water over the Frog Dog's oozing skin. Critical wound. The Frog Dog is stunned. It rolls protectively through its writhing pile of spawn. The monster is knocked down. Roll 1d10. On a 6-up, discard all fart cards on double sphincter. So we don't need to roll because there is no fart cards, but that is cool. So, Wrath has a very interesting special rule. Deadly 3. When you critically wound with this, archive all tokens the monster has and inflict an additional wound for each. So we just did 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds on a single attack, which is insane. That is just alone. That is the most wounds I think I've ever done on a single attack, on a single turn, ever, like including using Surge. Wild. Wrath feels at level 3 monsters game breaking, but considering it's super hard to get, there's a bunch of really slim chances to get it. I had to have a portcullis key and then had to roll, I think, an 8-up to actually get it after fighting the Black Knight. Like, hard to get. Broken as heck at this level, I think. So let's see. We do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wounds. Wild. Okay, there we go. And now all these tokens are gone, which is bonkers. So we just nerfed the heck out of this guy on so many fronts. Wild. Okay, and as part of that, so that goes there. Carbuncle Eruption is now discarded. We don't need to worry about the spray zone. Whew. Frickin' wild. Okay. With that in mind, oh, you know what? I'm going to have them actually over here because I need to pick something up that I forgot about. So a little misplay by myself as far as setup goes, but I'm fine with that. That's okay. Okay. Second attack, because they get a free attack from being a Scythe Master. I think first things first, though, let's just make sure we gain the weapon proficiency, which you're actually going to get this time, which is nuts. Um, yeah, wild. The constellation of the storm is nuts. It's really, really strong. Okay, but let's swing in with the scythe here, the grapple claw. So, grapple claw is a weapon from the level one, like tier one weapon, except for being a whip master, it gains +5 strength, and also from being in the blind spot with the cycloid scale armor, it gains sharp, which is so cool. So we're gonna swing in here. 2 dice hitting on 6s, or 5s actually, because we're in the blind spot here. All right, so that is gonna be 1 hit. Let's see what we connect with. Festering Throat. Alrighty, Roo. So if we crit, which would be nice, we're going to be critting on an 8 here. We could maybe get Sad Frog Dogs, the Sad Frog Dog fighting art. I can't remember the name of it, but let's see. Okay, so toughness, or the sharp dice will be the white one. Okay, so we do not crit. However, so 11. Yeah, so we super wound, just not a crit. There we go. So 2 attacks, 7 wounds, 1 turn. That is wild. I kind of want to. I'm going to surge just to see if I can set a record here. So we're going to surge and attack again with a scythe. Hitting on 5s, I do believe. Yes, on 5s. Oh. Well, our record is 7 wounds. That's still extremely bonkers. All right, so they moved. Let's go ahead and do. Let's go with Balto. Balto on the top here is going to. Actually, let's not go with Balto. Let's do our support person. So they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 up to here. One thing now, 2 actually, really quick. Let me just look at this guy. All right, so first things first, while they're within range, which is 1, 2, 3, gonna roll a d6, and on a 6 up, we just do an extra wound. No, we do not do an extra wound. Cool ability though, and we don't get it this time. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, and kind of cool is that's just a free thing. There's no action activation for it, which is cool. So we're gonna spend that activation on the Copperfish Den here. So hopefully not rolling a 1 again. An 8 up on the Copperfish Den. 4 to 12. You grasp a coiling lustrous object. Gain 1 burnished encephalum matter and archive this terrain. Huzzah. So we'll check that up over yonder. Gain a burnished encephalum matter. 9, which I think is all of the copper we'll ever need, which is awesome. All right, and that is the end of their turn. So Balto is going to use the blood paint to attack and block. So with the piercing claws here, we have the 2 dice hitting on 5s. It'll be 2 hits, 1 and 2. Getting the carbuncles and the festering sinuses. Well, hey, let's see if we crit the impervious one first. So critting on a lantern 10. No diggity. Okay, so that is done. And then let's see here. All right. How much toughness do we have? So we need a 5 up to wound. We do. Good stuff. So we don't need to worry about the failure effect. And cause another wound. Huzzah. Nice. So this has been a fantastic turn already. That is for sure. That is for sure indeed. Alrighty, Roo. How do I want to do the rest of this? So I don't think there's anything else that they're going to do. So that just leaves Sally here. No, not Newfie. Sally. So Sally, I don't think we're going to go into the blind spot because that risks getting 2 people ran over. You're not stinky or insane. Oh no, so we don't get to use the fun ability because we're not insane. So we can't flip the top stuff of the deck. So we are flying blind here, for better or worse. Oh. So I poorly positioned myself, and I'm not going to do a retcon for this one, just as a learning moment. I forgot that the Jawsaw has reach too, and so it could have started my turn here. And the reason that would have been a plus is then I could have used my movement for free and gained +2 luck on the attack. However, I was a dum-dum and I forgot about it. So we are here. And that means we're going to move 1, 2, and then attack with Jawsaw. How much? Let's spend a survival because heck yeah, we're going to dash, getting us an extra movement, and +2 luck with the Jawsaw. So 2, 3 dice hitting on 6s because we don't have the anything stinky. So hitting on 6s will be 1 hit. Getting the Festering Exposed Gums, critting on an 8. Baby, 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 baby. We get it. Critical wound. A massive tooth breaks loose with a reverberating crunch. Gain a mossy molar frog dog resource. Go ahead and grab that. A mossy molar. Add that just to the top up there. If we have +3 courage, we're gleefully spurred on by the sight. Draw an additional hit location and attempt to wound it. I'm pretty sure I forgot about a knockdown effect, but I'm pretty sure that this monster is indomitable, which means whenever it's attacked, it just stands back up again. So we won't worry about that. Do we have +3 courage? We do not, alas. But that was a crit, which means savage. We do 2 wounds. Okay, I just need to count really quick how many wounds we've just done on the first turn here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 wounds in 1 turn is absolutely a record. Do I want to be savage and go for a surge? I think I got it. I need to do it. So we're going to go down to 7 survival. 3 dice hitting on 6s. Okay, we get 1 hit. That is better than the other surge. And we connect with the Twitching Coarse Crest. So we don't get the extra luck on this, and so we are looking for a Lantern 10, or how much strength do we have here? We have 11, so a 6 up to wound. No, but that's okay. So 10 wounds in 1 turn is, again, that's got to be a huge record for me. That is absolutely nuts. All right, so Frog Dog's second turn. Ooh, Bullish Posture. So the first of the new cards. Intimidate targets. The monster oppressively displays its colorful sack under its chin. Each survivor rolls 1d10 and adds their courage. If the result is less than 12, they suffer monster-level brain damage and lose a courage. Interesting. I don't remember seeing that. Okay. Busted sack. Okay, so we don't have that in play right now, but there is a permanent injury that we can get for the Bullfrog Dog. That's fine. All right, well, let's do... We're on Sally here, so we'll go with Sally first. Sally has 2 courage. So it's going to be 10, so we suffer monster-level brain damage and lose a courage, which is a shame. And suffer 3 brain damage to Sally. So Sally is knocked down, going to be suffering a brain trauma here. Get that up. Might as well roll the dice ahead of time. Ooh, a Lantern 10. I think that is Frenzy, if I remember correctly. Indeed it is. So 1d5 Insanity. 1. Let's hoping for more than that, but that is the way that this game goes. And then +1 speed and strength. We have 1 Insanity, a temporary strength, and a temporary speed. Okay, next up we have Newfie. Oh, nice. We don't need to worry about it. We gain that 12. Huzzah. Bluey, you have 7 courage. 3, so 10 is not going to cut it. So 3, 1, 2, 3. And lose a courage, which is a bummer. Then Balto here, how much courage do you have? You have 6. So we would also need a 6 up. Nice. So we don't lose anything there. So bullish posture is pretty gross, but not horrendous. Just gonna have my last sip of coffee here. One moment. I've lost the ability as I slowly lose my youth to no longer drink coffee at night, and so playing earlier in the day and having a nice cup of coffee has been quite enjoyable. Okay, so that is going to be our turn. Oh, I did forget. Oh no, never mind. I didn't forget anything. That was not the basic action. That was something else that happened last turn. So, our turn. How do we want to play this? We don't have any farts in play, so we're in a pretty good spot. I think it makes the most sense to do the most damage that we possibly can to this thing. So let's go with Bluey to start here. So Bluey's going to swing in with Wrath, hitting on a 3-up. Getting a perfect hit. Huzzah. That doesn't do anything special, but still always a treat. All right, and so we crit on a 6, and we wound on a 2. Beautiful, we crit. You snap a brittle toenail. Iridescent spores lodged beneath the air sparkle. Gain +3 insanity and a random frog dog resource. You gain a memory gland. We'll add that to our pile over there. And +3 insanity for Bluey. 1, 2, 3. There we go. If we wanted to, we could jump around because of a cool ability that we have, but we do not. Do we want to shuffle the hit location deck? We still have... Oh, no, we can't do it yet because that wasn't the scythe. Let's see about the free scythe attack. So 2 dice hitting on 5s. Nice. Ooh, we have a new one. So first strike, super dense. Right tusk. -1 luck to wound this location. A reflex, the monster gores you with its tusk. If the attacker is adjacent, suffer 5 damage and knock back 7. Gross. Well, let's see what we can do here. Right, so critting on a 9. All right, so not a crit. We definitely still wound, though. Okay, so that is a wound done. I'm pretty sure this is a specific crit effect. Let's see. Yeah. Alrighty, Roo. So 5 damage and knock back 7. Where do we take that 5 damage? To the body, but of course it's the body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And knock back 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So probably just off the map there, and that cancels the other attack, which is too bad. Cool though. Very, very cool. Some different effects in play. All right, well, let's go with Balto next. So Balto was going to block and attack. So 2 dice hitting on, should be 5s or 6s. Yep, on 5s. Oh, that dice is not in the garbage, but too far away for me to grab. So I'm going to grab a different one. So just the 1 hit, and we connect with Twitching Abdomen. So I think we just need a 5-up. We don't get it. Failure. Undulating spasms travel along the monster's bloated body, jerking its limbs wildly. If adjacent, the attacker suffers 2 damage to monster level hit locations. Full move the monster away from the attacker. Interesting. 2 damage to 3 hit locations. Alright. Waist, head, and boots. And just 2 damage here. So 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. So ultimately not terrible, but still annoying nonetheless. We got block in play though. And how far does this guy move? Being the bullfrog dog. Let me see if I can grab this. Move 10. So 10 away from the attacker. It's going to go over this way. And it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so it is right down over there. I wonder if we can actually move this a little bit. There we go. And that is the end of his turn. Well, I guess we might as well get Ein up. So let's see, we're going to encourage, and on a 6-up, they gain 2 survival. They do. Sorry, this isn't Ein, this is Sally. 1, 2. They are now up. And as part of that, they also gain 2 deflect tokens, which is so cool. There you go. Just gonna leave those up in that top corner. And let's see. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just to be a little bit more center. We'll go there. All right, Sally's gonna go. So Sally's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 actually to here. The reason for that is she's not adjacent and she has the reach of the Jaw Saw. So Jaw Saw is going to attack with 4 speed right now. 2, 3, 4. Hitting on 6s. We gain 3 hits, which is nice. Hopefully nice. The trap is going to be coming up soonish, I'm sure. 2 and 3. Not yet, though. Twitching digit flexors, grab and leap, which don't love. Leap and gaseous bloat. So let's see. We're going to start with this one. And what makes sense? Okay, one sec here. Chance to retaliate. If the attacker is not in the monster's blind spot, perform leap, then the attack suffers grab. So it doesn't say anything about reach. So even though we're not in adjacency, I think that that would still happen. So what about this one? I perform leap, then gas explode. Well, this one is a little bit less bad because it doesn't suffer grab. So we'll go with this. We'll do this order. All right, so we don't have any luck, so we crit on a Lantern 10, and we wound on a 5. We do a wound, which is just a 1, not 2, so we'll add that over yonder. There we go. Carbuncle Split Plasma. Adjacent survivors gain a stink token. If the attacker is sane, they gain Proctophilia. So the attacker is sane, I believe. Let me just double check that. Yes, so a Proctophilia. It specifically says adjacent survivors gain a stink token, but then the attacker is on a separate line, so I think that that is independent of the stink token. When you gain a stink token, gain 1 insanity. You must depart with stinky gear in your gear grid. Okay, Sally, sounds good. There we go, and let's see. So a Lantern 10 would be lovely. Oh, it's so nice when you call it and it happens. That's actually 2 fights in a row now, which is really, really rare. Okay, so critical wound. The frog dog is stunned. It rolls protectively through its writhing pile of spawn. Its bloat of mass shrinks from the exertion. The monster gains a -1 toughness token. Gain a random frog dog resource. Huzzah! Tatty hide. So we'll add that over there. Good stuff. And a -1 toughness token. So -1 toughness, which we can also turn into an extra wound because we're not really too concerned about the toughness. But still, that's sweet. All right, so let's see if we can do that again. So a 5 to wound, a Lantern 10 to crit. 7, so we do a wound, which is nice. Oh, that last one would have been 2 wounds too because of Savage. Huzzah! And then we do this one too. Alrighty, so the frog dog wide set eyes greedily scan, perform leap, then suffers grab. So leap. Leap is actually going to be charge. So the bullfrog dog propels itself along the ground, charging instead of leaping until it reaches the center of a random mammoth leaf. So which leaf is it going to do? We'll do 1 to 3, 4 to 6, 7 to 9. The only one that doesn't matter. 7 to 9 is here. Okay, so let's see. Propels itself along the ground, charging instead of leaping. Move the monster along the shortest path, but be sure to choose a path that collides with as many survivors as possible. So that is simple. It's going to collide with our beloved Bluey here. Then it's going to face this way. So basically it goes shrip, shrip. Okay, perform leap. Then the monster suffers grab. So this person is knocked down right there. Let's see. Collides with, suffers 5 damage to random hit location, and gains a bleeding token. So you are knocked down from that collision then 2. From that collision, though, on a... Nope, you don't have that armor set anymore. Never mind. Ein actually might. No, that's not collision, though. Okay, so 5 damage to random hit location for Bluey. To Bluey's hands. Already, Roo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And then from grab, let me just see here. Okay, all adjacent survivors, and I think that is that. I don't think that they actually suffer any damage because the damage that they suffer is from the leap, which is replaced with bullish charge. So I think they're just knocked down here. Cool. Cool. Well, let's go on to the Frog Dog's next turn. Let's do it. Ooh, another new one. Bullish Temper. The monster's dark temper flares, its angry eyes surveying the battlefield. If the survivor's total courage is less than 15, the monster gains +1 speed and +1 damage tokens. All right, so we have... Let's just go from the top here. So with Balto, 6 plus 6 is 12. 14, 15. So we literally just scrape it together with 15. All right, so the tokens don't happen, which again, ultimately, like it would have resulted in potentially a really bad next turn, but we probably could have just done a bunch of extra wounds to it too. So like not the end of the world. Draw a eye. So famous last words as we top deck, not the legendary card. So we're happy with that. Reeking Headbutt. Stinkiest threat in range. We don't have any stinky people. Closest threat in field of view and range. That is going to be our support person, which does not spark joy, but that is the way it goes. Alrighty, Roo. So 3 speed, accuracy, and damage. So let's do this thing. It's just going to turn, excuse me, and just go like that. All right. So that speed is actually going to be 5. And its, excuse me, accuracy is going to be based on Newfie's evasion, which is -1. Oh no. All right, so 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hitting on 4s, which we do not love. All right, so 2 misses, 3 hits. Let's see where this happens. And each one is going to be 4 damage apiece. So 3 hits. 2 to the head and 1 to the body. So that would be 8 damage to the head. So we are going to dodge 1 of the noggin for sure. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. That is the end of that turn. Okay, well, not too bad at the end of the day, that's for sure. I think let's start with our support person. They are going to just go 1, 2, 3, 4, just kind of getting out of dodge. We're not going to bother attacking with them or anything. Let's go with Balto first. Balto is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 up to here. Surge and not surge, attack and block at once. We have the 2 dice hitting on 5s. Oh, nice. I think this is barbed too, isn't it? Yes, it is. So, gaining +2 toughness to wound, or strength to wound. Gular's Sack and Festering Fingernail. So no trap yet, that's something. Gular's Sack. Postures boldly inflating its brilliantly colored stuff. Move 1 space away from the monster. Suffer muscle over brain damage and lose a courage. Okay. Are we sane? We are sane. Well, hey, let's see if we can do the sack first here. So we have +2 strength, which is nice. So 14, meaning we just need a 3 up to wound. Let's see if we get it. Hey, we get it. Good stuff. We don't need to deal with the failure. So we do another wound. Boom, boom, boom. Gulo sack is down. And then Festering Fingernail. Let us see. 5 up is exactly what we needed because I'm pretty sure Bard only works for the first one. All right, so that is another wound gone. And okay, so the blasting gross stuff. Attacker gains Proctophilia, which means we must depart with stinky gear, except we also cannot depart with stinky gear, so I do not know how that is going to work. That's a weird mix match. All right, well, there we go. So that is done. With that done, let's go with Newfie. Gonna spend a survival to get our two people down here up. And on a 6-up, they gain 2 survival apiece. No, they do not, but they both gain 2 deflect tokens, which is awesome. So Sally has 3, and Newfie has, or actually, Sally has 4, and Newfie has 2. Not Newfie, Bluey. Cool, cool, cool. There we go. Well, with our people down over yonder here, let's go with Sally first. We don't have any farts, so we're not really concerned about the heinous origin, but let's go there. Just for funsies. Actually, you know what? Let's do Bluey first, because we kind of want to see if we can shuffle the hit location deck here. All right, so let's go 1, 2, 3, 4 up to here. And then we're going to go with the Scythe first, which is the free attack. So 2 dice hitting on 5s. It'll be 2 hits, 1 and 2. Nice, no trap. And let's see, Leap and Gaseous Blow. Let's do this one first. So we crit on an 8, which would be muy bueno. No, a 4 might still wound. Let's see. So that would be, we also have Sharp. So let's roll that too. I should have done that before. Okay, so 6, 10 plus 11. That is going to be a wound. Adjacent insane survivors perceive the frog dog's pain. They suffer monster level damage and are knocked down. Alas. All right, so +3 insanity. 1, 2, 3, and are knocked down, which is a little bit annoying because that means we don't get that actual other attack there. Because we cannot. We are knocked down. Alas. Okay, well, let's go with Sally next. Sally's going to scoot forward and attack with 3 speed. Actually, 4 speed, because she is frenzied. Hitting on, I do believe that is going to be 5s. 2 hits. And we connect with left tusk and double blinking eye. Let's do the tusk first here. So -1 luck to moon this location. So we are going to be critting. We cannot crit, basically. Oh, fun. Natural 1. So reflex. Monster gores you with its tusk. The attacker is adjacent except for 5 damage. Dang it. I totally forgot about the reach on this weapon again. That's my mistake. I'm not going to retcon that one. Bummer though, because that would have meant, yeah, dang, that's annoying. So 5 damage and knockback 7. So 5 damage to the body of Sally. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then knockback 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ouchie kibbles, and that's done. So bummer. Yeah, that is gonna bring us to the monster's turn. So that was a whiff of a turn, but I cannot complain because we still did a wound or 2, and we've done so much earlier. Let's see what this guy is going to do. We have Slav, which is a mood. Monster sheds its putrid skin. While this is in play, the monster gains +1 damage and -1 toughness tokens. The survivors gag uncontrollably. While this is in play, all survival actions cost 1 additional survival to perform. Discard this after performing the monster's trap. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so we will have this in play. I kind of think how this will probably interact with Wrath is we can't discard these tokens because it has these tokens in play while the mood is in play, but we'll do the additional damage still, is kind of my read on that. Okay, so we have this mood in play. And then that's just gonna be back to our turn. So we're able to stand up, which is nice. And I think we're probably just going to go with them first here. Yeah, so 2 dice hitting on 5s. 1 hit. We knew it was coming. We knew it was coming. So there is the trap. All at once, the carbuncles screw their eyes shut and start to gag. Gross stuff. All adjacent survivors suffer monster level brain damage. So that is going to be Bluey taking 1, 2, 3. And then also Balto. 1, 2, and 3. So being knocked down by that, which is too bad. Rolling on the Happy Happy Fun table of doom for the brain. Ooh, a 4. That's not very good. Flee, you're knocked down and suffer knockback equal to your movement towards the closest board edge. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess no, it's gotta be straight, so we'll just go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back over there. And gaining 1 d5 insanity. 3 insanity. 1, 2, 3. Alrighty. Shaking off its spawn, the ornery monster lashes out, perform basic action targeting the attacker. So at least we have the deflect tokens in play. That is nice. Basic action targeting the attacker. Let's pick this up. Move and attack. So it's going to be 5 speed, which is pretty gross. 3, 4, and 5. Hitting on what is Bluey's evasion here. So hitting on 6s. Alrighty, Roo. That is going to be 2 hits. And we got to remember that we have how much stuff in play? +1 damage. So it's +3 damage right now, which is pretty brutal. Let's see what we roll and go from there. See if we want to deflect anything. Hands and body for Bluey. I think we might block both of those. Because that would be 5 damage to the hands and arms. Hands and body, which would be 2 Happy Heaven Fun Tables of Doom. Sorry, I butchered that word. That would have been 2 Happy Happy Fun Table of Doom rolls, which we do not want. So yeah, we're going to spend both deflect tokens and block those. Which, you know what? Hey, that was top deck in the trap, and that could have been way, way worse. So yeah, that's okay. Let's shuffle this all up now. There we go. So shuffle up ye old hit location. We have one more AI card on the top of this pile that we don't know what it is because we haven't had to shuffle the discard pile yet. And so fingers crossed that we're able to get it gone as a wound, because I just have a feeling, what are the chances that it's one of the legendary cards? I feel like those chances are quite probable. But then again, we've done a whole boatload of wounds, and so what are the chances, right? Don't tell me the odds. Okay, hit location deck has been shuffled. We are good there. We have some stuff that we can do. So let's do our main action attack with Wrath. So one speed hitting on 3. We get it on a 5. We connect with Festering Gas Stomach, which is the death blow. That won't matter though. We can't crit this one though. That is a shame. But oh my god, we don't even wound. Ouch. Well, let's go ahead and surge. We'll spend a survival. Going down to 5. I'm gonna switch up the dice for this. Hitting on a 3. We do. Getting the left tusk. So we are pretty lucky here. So we crit on a 7. Oh my god, another 1. Whoa, rough turn for Bluey. So Bluey had the best turn ever this fight. And objectively, this is probably one of the worst turns too. So top decking the trap and then missing missing twice here. All right, so reflex. The monster gores you. Okay, let's do that. So 5 damage and knockback 7. Oh, to the body. Dang it, Bluey. 1, 2. There we go. Okay, so that is going to be a Happy Happy Fun Table of Doom roll to the body. Let's roll that. And I just want to see what things we have here. Abilities. Not really anything special there. A 9. All right, what is 9 on the body? Nine. Collapsed lung. You can't catch a breath. Gain a -1 movement token and a bleed. Okay. Temporary -1 movement. I don't know why it says I have movement 7. But, okay. Okay. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Knockdown there. Well, welly Wellington. You wouldn't be able to stand up yet. We could. Let's go with Sally first. So Sally's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and attack here. Let's do a dash to gain the +2 luck, and we have 4 speed. Oh, we can't spend survival. Never mind. So 4 speed, because frenzy. 4 speed hitting on 6s. Wow, not a single hit. Yeah, this is turning into a massive whiff of a turn. Ugh, that's got me worried about what that card is too. Newfie. 6 strength is absolute bollocks. So yeah, you can't even really attack here. Let's. Surge has already happened there. Let us encourage with Newfie. And on a 6-up, the encouraged people gain a 2 survival. Yes. So Bluey gains 1, 2. And so does Balto, going back up to 8. Balto is up. Bluey is up. Balto is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blocking and attacking. So 2 speed with Balto hitting on 5s. So we get the 1 hit. And I think we need a 5 up to wound. Oh, God. Yeah, ouch. That was a super whiff of a turn. And just because I am worried about what this last card that I don't know is, I am going to Surge with Balto and just try to do one wound here. So 2 dice hitting on 5s. Okay, we get the 1. Wounding on 5s. Oh, we crit! Huzzah! Alright, let's see. Agitated dog poles blindly sniff in the gloom. Seek out a stinky survivor adjacent to the monster and nurse helplessly on their hapless surrogates. The horror and surprising sympathy overwhelms a survivor. If any surrogates are insane, they gain +1 luck. That is really cool. But I don't think anyone is stinky, which is no one is stinky, which is wild. Yeah, that's nuts. No one's stinky. And that's a shame, because getting +1 luck would be freaking sick. However, if anyone's stinky, they would be taking damage equal to that amount each turn. So, like, trade-off, we do a crit, which is awesome. And we get rid of, I'm going to see what it was. So I probably shouldn't be looking because that's against the rules, but I wanted to see what this was. It was a basic card. So all of the legendaries were gone already, but I'm still glad to get that gone. Okay, so good stuff. Well. Oh, Sloth would have been discarded too because the trap was drawn. Okay, so that is going to be the end of our turn. Let's see, we need to shuffle the discard pile here. And this will dictate what the monster does. Also, freaking wilds that, oh, I've been playing this fight wrong. Oh no. What have I been forgetting? I'm pretty sure mature. Nope, never mind. I haven't. Oh, no, crap. I think I have. Let me check something. Crap. Is it supposed to have indigestion in play? Oh, it is. Oh, bummer. I've been playing this fight wrong. Let's see here. AI. Advanced indigestion. Well, I've been playing this fight wrong. Oopsies. So indigestion is set up as part of the fight being level 3. And it makes the fight really, really cool, and I completely forgot about it. So I've guffed this one a little bit. I've already fought the level 3 frog dog, and it wasn't really that big of a deal, but it definitely changes how the fight plays. So I've mucked this one up. um, the reason being, basically, it makes fart cards happen more frequently and makes them stack up much more often. So yeah, a guff on my part. On the bright side, I do have a bunch of speed, and mostly I've been able to wound, and I just would have had someone in the Heinous Origin more, which is a big part of how this fight goes. So guffed, but like not the end of the world. We'll have this in play from now on. So basically, what this is when this comes into play, perform the basic action. Don't need to worry about that because it's already in play. At the end of the monster's turn, perform Gaseous Bloat. So basically, at the end of each turn, a fart card is added onto the Gaseous Bloat. Discard this when the fart deck is shuffled. So, oopsies, not the end of the world, but still, my bad there. I was so excited to do so many wounds that I totally forgot about that. So we'll do that from now on. And let's see, what is it doing this turn? Bullish Posture. So oppressive display. Each survivor rolls 1d10 and adds their courage. Well, Balto. 4 plus 6 is 10. That's not enough, so we lose a courage. I don't like losing stuff like that, but is what it is. And then monster level brain damage. So 1, 2, 3. Louis also got 6 courage. 4, 6, so that is 3 damage. And then losing a courage again, which stinks. Newfie. 7 plus 2, bummer. So we lose a courage. Also 3. 1, 2, 3. Last but not least, Sally. So Sally can't win this, so it takes that 3 damage. Sally is knocked down. And has to roll on the Happy Happy Fun Table of Doom for the noggin. Doing a 7 for Sally. Lunacy, gain a random disorder and 1d5 insanity. Okay, so that'll be 3 insanity. 1, 2, 3. 3. There we go. And a random disorder. Delirium. All your gear is noisy. On arrival, draw 2 random survival attribute tokens, honoring the side they are drawn on. Interesting. I think I'll probably just roll the dice to see what side that they're on, because like I've got them all organized, so like that just doesn't feel like in the spirit of the thing. So yeah, I'll probably roll the dice to see what those tokens are. That is really interesting. All your gear is noisy would be really bad if we were playing the Harvester properly, but I'm just kind of going to be re-rolling that one just because I do not like like it. Okay, draw AI. So let's draw another AI. Carbuncle Eruption. Mood. When this comes into play, perform basic action. Then we have this in the spray zone. So we'll put that over yonder. And basic action. Random Stinky Survivor in range. We don't have any Stinky. Stinky Survivor, so no deal there again. So no target. KG. KG is... gains +1 accuracy and damage token. So +1 damage and +1 accuracy. So we have 3 tokens in play, meaning that we could do 4 wounds and 1 attack with Wrath again. All right, and with that in mind, let's surge with Newfie going down to 3 survival. And on a 6-up, the affected people get it, or get 2 survival back. No, that's fine. That gets you up and you up. We're going to go with Bluey first. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, not going to forget, because of indigestion, we have a fart card drawn there. So we are actually going to dash with Bluey, getting into the Heinous Origin so that we can dispose of this fart card. We're attacking with Wrath, hitting on a 3. Oh my god, we miss. Okay, so we're going to Surge. Getting a 9, and we connect with Festering Posterior. So, would love to get a 6-up. We do not. Bummer. So we don't do all the fun, zany token stuff this turn, but we do still wound it. So that is another one done. just not a crit. Too bad there. And then that gets rid of the fart cards. We'll put that up over there. All right, next up we have, let's go with Sally. So Sally is going to stay put using her movement to gain +2 luck. So we have 4 speed, hitting on 6s. 2 hits. We connect with, the trap, but of course. Womp, 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 womp. All right, so let's just put that down. Let's play this trap out. So all adjacent survivors suffer monster level brain damage. That is not Sally, luckily. Bluey takes 1, 2, 3. Balto, gets knocked down, is gonna, Balto should have had some insanity actually from that. So let's just do a roll 1d5, 3, so that becomes 0. Would you be knocked down from that? No, you would not, because you'd be at 0 again, so you are fine. Shaking off its spawn, ordering monster, perform basic action targeting the attacker. Basic action is going to be a little bit rougher this time, too, because of the accuracy and damage tokens, which we were not able to dispose of. All right, so we get to go like this. All right, so that is +1 damage and accuracy. So 5. 4 and 5. Hitting on, this is not Bluey, this is Sally. How much evasion? We have 2 evasions, hitting on 6s. All right, so 2 hits. Sally has a whole boatload of tokens, though, so ultimately not too shabby here. So this would be 3. Oh, would this be? What would this be? This would be +3 damage. So this would be 4 damage to 2 locations. Let's see what those locations are. The body and the body for Sally. Do we want to have that happen? We are going to deflect both of those. Okay, so yeah, we've had 2 rough turns. 2 rough turns in a row does not spark joy. They haven't been too debilitating as far as what they've done to us, though, so we have that going for us at least. This turn also isn't over quite yet. Make sure that this is nice and shuffled. There we go. Okay, so we can't do anything else with them. We can go with Balto, though. So Balto's going to go into the blind spot. Let's just go right into the Heinous Origin. Why not? And we have 2 dice. Block is also in play here, too. Block hasn't really done anything, which is really annoying. That's all good, though. So 2 dice hitting on 4s. 1 hit. Good stuff. So we're looking for a 4-up, because I forgot about the -1 toughness. Huzzah! So we do it. Good stuff. Another wound gone. There we go. And yeah, that is going to be the end of our turn. So the monster is going to go. Spray zone doesn't come into play. That is good. Bullish temper. Okay, so the monster is going to gain +1 speed and +1 damage tokens, which is gross. Right, so +1 damage and speed. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tokens in play right now, which I do not like. However, we do also have a flow step here. And so we are going to... I don't know if we can actually do that or not. Hmm. 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 I can't remember if we can spend 2 points of survival on the same flow or not. So I'm just going to roll a dice. On a 6 up we can, and anything less than that we cannot. No, we cannot. Well, okay, so we can't do that with them anyways. And we'd have to do 2 wounds. Hey, you know what? Let's see. We're going to surge with Balto here on that flow step. And see if we can do 2 wounds. So hitting on 4s. 9 and 7 is 2 hits. Nice, nice. And we need 5 ups. And we drew the death blow here. Let's do this one first. So, 4 up. We crit. Lovely. All right, so -1 evasion token. That is super nice. We gain the gaseous bladder. -1 evasion token to -1 evasion. There we go. And then the death blow. If we roll a 4 up, we get the death blow, which I would absolutely love. Of course. We do a 3 up. Let me just see. So -1 toughness. We didn't get... Okay, so 12 plus 13 would be 15. We needed a 16, so alas, we do not get the death blow. That would have been the first time in this campaign. Bummer. Bummer, bummer, bummer. And then draw AI, so it's going to do the only AI card that it has left. Bullish Posture. Intimidate all targets. So we're going to have to just go from the top here. So Balto. It's just like nuking our courage this fight. Rolling a 2. So monster level brain damage. So we're knocked down. We need to roll on the Happy Happy Fun table of doom. Oh no. Balto gets a 1, which would be death. However, we do have a reroll. Let's just mark that off right now. Lifetime reroll has now been used. Getting a 9. That is much better than death. New perspective. Gain 1d10 insanity. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alrighty, well, I mean, that is much better than death, but still a bummer, especially considering if we just rolled 1 more higher on the dice, we would have gotten a death blow there. Okay, well, so next up we have Bluey. Alright, so -1 courage. And I forgot that on Balto actually too, so Balto goes down by another courage. Up, and then we have the brain damage here too. 1, 2, 3. New Phoebe, it can't physically do this, so it goes down to 0 courage and 3 damage. That is a Happy Happy Fun table of doom. Getting a 4 for the brain damage. Bleed, knockdown and running away, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1d5 insanity. 1. Okay, and then Sally also cannot roll enough here, so -1, 3 damage, 1, 2, 3. And not knocked down at least, so that's something. Fun. So, well, I think what we need to do here is attack with Wrath, just to see how many wounds we can do. Carbuncle Eruption is in play, though, so we're not going to... And we only have 4 movements, so we're going to go here. We need to do 3 wounds. However, if we hit and wound with 1, we do so many wounds. So let's see. All right, so we hit on a 4 up. We get a 5. Ah. On the whole, this fight's going quite well. But the last like 3 or 4 turns have been, generally speaking, quite rough. Okay, and we have a whole bunch of people that are adjacent, which is pretty rough. So we'll start with Sally. Sally gets knocked down, has to roll on the Happy Fun table of doom. Getting a 5. A 5 is danger, seizure, random sorter, and 1d5 insanity. Oh, 1 insanity. And a random disorder. Superstitious. I really wish that it just shared what superstitious was. Um, just so I can actually see it. I guess I can look at the book here too. Let's just do that. What is superstitious? Oh no, it's not even going to be in here because this is yeah, annoying. Let's just get rid of squeamish. You cannot activate or depart with other gear near your good. Okay, whatever, that one's fine. So that is done. That's Sally, not Newfie. Bluey. 1, 2, 3. Bluey started this with 15 insanity, and is now at 1, which is wild. Okay, Balto. 1, 2, 3. All right, and then basic action targeting the attacker. This is actually going to be a potentially brutal basic action. Okay, let's see here. Okay, so as far as speed, it's going to be 6. So 2, 4, 6. Ouch. Oops. Throw a dice. Okay, so 2, 4, 6. Hitting on, I'm pretty sure we have just the 1 evasion. So hitting on, oh, it's got an accuracy token too. Ba, 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 ba. Hitting on 5s. Only 1 miss. That is 2, 4, 5 hits, which is pretty terrifying. 3, 4, 5. I think we still have a deflect token in play, but let's see here. Okay, body, head, head, boots, and waist. So it's a pretty good spread at least. Head and head. How much damage would this be? So we have 2 damage tokens, 4. So what would this be? So 1. So this would be 5 damage apiece. Ooh. And we do have a reroll available if we need to. So the waist and stuff, I think we're going to be fine on. So we'll take the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those 2 are done. We'll take that because we kind of can't, and then I think we're going to spend that last deflect token to get rid of one of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oof. Okay. Happy fun table of doom roll for Bluey. 4 on the body. What is that? Gaping chest wound. -1 permanent strength. This injury is permanent. Gain a gaping chest wound. Let's get that. Gaping chest wound. Okay, done deal. And then we're also knocked down because of that too. Frickin' rough. Ugh. Okay. Well, oh, you know what? Just because this has gone super shitty itself, I'm gonna give myself 1 retcon, and that would be spending a survival on Bluey to stand up this person first. They might have been able to stand up anyways. I can't remember for sure, but we're just gonna play it that way. Okay. So then next up is going to be, I guess first things first. Let's shuffle this. Hit location deck. Shuffle this up. Yeah, this fight started out so smooth, and the last couple of turns, couple as in like 4 or 5 turns, have been a struggle. They like Only I think two of them have been like really, really bad. But yeah, they've been beating the shit out of my survivors, and wounds I've been able to have just slown to a crawl. Started off like obviously first turn was out of this world, insane. The rest of the turns were good too, and then it's just gone downhill. I feel like that's been the last couple of fights for me. There we go. So that is shuffled. Okay, so we're gonna spend a survival on Newfie going down to 2. On a 6-up, everyone gains 2 survival. No, but everyone is up. There we go. We're gonna spend in that gets 2 deflect tokens for everybody. There we go. Okay, so Bluey is going to surge. I think we still have the means to do so. Because we got the trap. Yeah, let's do it. So 1 dice, 1 speed, hitting on 4s, or 3s actually. Ooh, a perfect hit. That doesn't really change anything for us now, though. Oh my gosh, the death blow. Well, um, so on a 6-up, we kill it basically. Heck yes. Okay, so this is the first death blow, and I just need to count how many wounds we actually end up doing here because that's pretty bonkers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wounds on 1 attack. That is bonkers. Some of these tokens were negative tokens, but we still will take those for sure. So we only needed to do 3 wounds. We just did 8. Death blow. Let's read this because this is a first. Festering gas stomach. If the frog dog is defeated with this location, it pitches forward, its crest rising, borne up by the angry hissing of expanding gases. Just as suddenly, the straining hulk collapses, wheezing melodiously and punctuated by a final wet-sounding emission. The survivor that dealt the killing blow roars in triumph, gulping lungfuls of gaseous buildup. They gain +1 speed, +2 weapon proficiency levels, and the unfroggable fighting art. Frankly, I would have preferred this on the other character, but ultimately, like, that is pretty sweet. Cool. Very cool. All right, let's do this. What is unfroggable? Because I'm pretty sure that that is not. Let's see. I thought it was secret, but it looks like it's not. Unfroggable, right on the top. You are never stinky and cannot gain stink tokens. If you have any stinky gear in your grid, when you depart, archive it and gain +1 survival and +1 evasion token. I think we're going to keep our current fighting arts. Crazed. Ooh, actually, it has a perfect hit one. Leader and champions right. Yeah, we're going to keep the ones we have. That is still cool, though. But more so everything else. So +1 speed and +2 weapon proficiency. The proficiency doesn't actually really matter at all because we're going to top out from the crazy other thing that we have already, but still, that is neat. So, yeah, that fight did not go as smooth as it could have, and I mucked up some rules, but you know what? I think for like the bad luck that we ended up having, which kind of came on like once we started remembering the rules more correctly, which by the way, I might have messed up again. Yeah, I don't know. That was a bit of a silly one on the whole, but still, Bullfrog Dog, cool difference from the normal Frog Dog. I'm probably gonna fight it again because that was a fun fight and I didn't quite do it right. But yeah, still cool nonetheless. Let's put those out of the way. Also, I don't know if it was partly just the luck of the draw of which AI cards I got rid of, but the combo of the things that deal with courage was pretty brutal. It like totally destroyed like my entire hunting party's courage, which was interesting. I don't think I've had a fight that's dealt that much like permanent damage to something from the survivors characters that way, which is interesting for sure. All right, so this is a Indomitable level 3, so let's go ahead and draw a Indomitable resource. We would prefer the one that we haven't gotten already, but that is the way this game goes. Fluke chance, Guild Fungus. That is one we already had. That's okay though. So this is a Indomitable Perfect Organ. Okay, so we have that. Let's pull up the stuff here and see what do we get for winning against this guy. Okay, so +2 hunt XP, +1 weapon proficiency, and rewards. Well, I mean, I'm assuming we still get. Okay, good. Stuff down there. I'm just gonna be back in 1 sec here. All right, what do we get for the things here? Let's just go ahead and get our folks. Complete showdown. All right, so 2 hunt XP. Balto achieves age 2. Good stuff. Showdown was victorious. Huzzah. There we go. And we do actually get Swordmaster, which is wild, but we'll take a look at that after. First things first. So, the first time the Bullfrog Dog is defeated, add Tuskworks to the settlement locations. The survivor who dealt the killing blow gains confidence and thickness in their gular region. They gain the Bullfrog Neck ability. What is that? Bullfrog Neck. Your thick neck supports your head mentally and physically. Add +1 to head severe injury rolls. Double your courage for any roll that would take it into account. That is very interesting. Are you going to load here, survivors? We kind of need to see our survivors here. There we go. So Bluey, I guess we'll do this now since we are here. So Sword Mastery is earned, which is bonkers. Added innovation to the settlement. What is Sword Mastery? I probably should have been using the Sword Specialism there, but I'd completely forgotten about it too. So what was that? Make a wound attempt and then select a location to resolve with that result. Okay, so not amazing. What is Sword Master though? Gains +1 accuracy, +1 strength, and +1 speed when attacking with the sword. So basically, the freaking Wrath in their hands is a monster, for lack of better words. Just a monster. All right, and then Bullfrog Neck. Let's go ahead and add that too. So abilities and impairments. Bullfrog Neck. Boom, boom. There we go. So yeah, Bluey, complete beast. Except I don't think we can hunt with them again until facing off against the boss, because I forgot about the 2 hunt XP. So yes, there is that. All right, the group gains the following rewards: 4 basic, 8 frog dog, a black lichen, prime tusk, and gular sacs. Let's go through the strange ones first here. Pituitary gland, that's not what we're looking for. Gular sac, prime tusk, black lichen. We haven't seen one of those in a very long time. What is the black lichen again? So bone, organ, hide, consumable, other, malleable, pungent, and attractive. You may consume this. If you do, your lips turn gray, your hair whitens, and you become infertile. Gain +1 courage, +1 understanding, and suffer destroyed genitals. So I don't think we're going to do that. Prime tusk, a ragged bone worn from battle. And Gular sac, the ever-expanding sac continues to growl. Cool. Very, very cool. So put that just there. And then we gain 8 frog dog resources. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Gaseous bladder, elastic tongue, spindly paw, spindly paw, spindly paw, waxy dermis, oily sphincter, supple nose, which we need for shield actually, I'm pretty sure, which is cool. And then 4 basic. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Monster bone, monster hide, hide, and question mark. Good stuff. So we gain a whole bunch of resources there, and the tusk works. Okay, so we have so many resources to add, so let's go ahead and do this first. Yeah, so this is vermin / strange. So we'll put you over here with other strange stuff. This massive pile of goodies here. And I don't think anyone actually had the extra resource grabbing piece, but we do have, let's just see. So no, not Balto, not Bluey, Newfie. I don't think you did. Let's just check. Nope. What about Sally? I don't think you did either. Looking specifically for like the scavenger kit. Yep, no. So from Ultimate Weapon, we do gain a free resource of our choice from the monster. So I'm going to pick it after we've added everything, and basically if there's anything that I'm missing to be able to craft, that is the move that I'm going to go with. Ready, Reeve. So storage, resources. Let's do vermin. We gain a crab spider. And then we'll do strange. So we have a jowls. We also gain an iron for free from Bluey, which is crazy. Push back up there. Gular sack, black lichen, and prime tusk. Prime tusk, there we go, and Gular sack, where art thou? There we go. All right, and then let's do basic. So 2 hide, question mark, and 2 bones. There we go. That is those handled. And then on to the frog dog specific. All right, so this is a big pile of stuff. So gassy splatter, tongue, 3 spindly paws, waxy dermis, oily sphincter, supple nose, gassy splatter, tatty hide, memory gland, and mossy molar. So many different things. All right, so elastic tongue, 2 bladders, guild of fungus, memory gland, yes, mossy molar, oily sphincter, I'm pretty sure I saw you, yes. 1, 2, 3 spindly paws, supple nose, tatty hide, and waxy dermis. Cool, cool. So that is a whole bunch of resources there. Okay, well, let's put these back in that pile there. We'll deal with that guy after the fact here too. And pile those up over yonder. And yeah, let's see what our settlement event deck is. We get Hunt Reenactment. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Nominate the group's favorite survivor to play the hunter. Nominate your least favorite survivor to play the monster. Pick 1 monster from the settlement's list of defeated monsters. Hey, I mean, you know what? Let's do Sally and Newfie. So Sally's going to be the hunter. Okay, let's roll a dice. Getting a 5. Is the monster a nemesis? No. The monster falls, silencing the crowd with a sickening crack. The survivor to be the monster dies. The survivor nominated sets their insanity to 0. What a treat! So Newfie is dead. That's actually really annoying because I was really hoping to get 1 more baby and finally getting a our last principal, but alas was not meant to be. So Newfie is dead. I'm pretty sure this has happened to me every single time I've gotten this settlement event, and it's like, why? Why do so many random things involve people dying in this game? Okay, so Sally sets their, what was it, insanity to 0. Oh, big whoop, down to 0. There we go. Put that on to the bottom of that deck. There we go. And let's see. So we have these. And we now also have, is that's first aid. The Tusk Works. So I am excited to see what we can make with the Tuskworks. Also, the art there is pretty cool too. This armor is awesome. It kind of reminds me of like a mix of like samurai and also like what are they? The immortals in 300. It looks freaking cool. Okay, so the bullfrog armor. I think we probably are gonna make the halberd too. Yeah, if we can. That is the plan. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna make a bunch of that stuff. This lanternier for sure. We're also going to see if we can do intimacy. It's a little bit less important now though, so maybe not. Frostcaster, nothing there. Skinnery, nothing there. Stone Circle, nope. Leather, I think we're all good without you. Let's get rid of two of them. Nope. Scarab Sanctuary, fine as is. Scrap Scavenging, we're fine there. Which one is the one that I am looking for? Is there two here? Barber Surgeon, yes. Am I missing one? Where is... What? I feel like I am missing one. Where is... Ah, there we go. Throne. The one I wanted was actually down there after all. Okay, so I mean, we should probably innovate. I don't want to spend endeavors, but I feel like we should. So we're going to spend one on innovating, and in which case, basic resources. Let's just do a normal bone, a hide, and then we'll call this one an organ. And that is going to let us innovate. So we shall draw 4 innovations. Heart flute. What is heart flute? Devil's Melody. Sharp note. You drop dead. Oh, God. You just die on a 1-5? You may play a trill note. Select any nemesis monster. Add a special showdown with them at the highest level. Oh, well, I mean, I don't think any of that sounds good to me, so I don't think we're going to do heart flute. Partnership, I don't love. Oh, probably pottery. Fermentation, gain a love juice. Oh yeah, I think we're gonna do pottery for sure here. So you can turn turn a herb into hide as well. So let's do pottery. Okay, that's done. We're then going to do the throne, trying to get rid of a gross injury that we have. Oh, I don't think that that is good. With a warm, wet smack, they die. Let's see. I need to see who this was. I probably should have looked this up first, but all right. So who the heck was this that we were trying to cure? I'm pretty sure it was Maltese. Let's see. You can no longer equip gear on your waist. Yes, so it was intestinal prolapse was what we were trying to cure. So Maltese is dead, which is unfortunate. Oh, actually, let's see. Do you have a lifetime reroll? You do. Let's reroll and see. Getting a 9. Heck yeah, that works. So we don't have our lifetime reroll. It's been used, but we get rid of intestinal prolapse. Huzzah. So, I mean, not how we wanted to go for sure, but good enough. So throne has been used. We also want to get rid of something going on here. So we're going to see if we can get rid of a disorder. So looking for a 3 or 6. Heck yes, we do. And this is specifically for, so we're down to 1. This is specifically for, who was it? This was not Balto, not Sally. This is Ein, I do believe. So Ein has the Vestiphobia. So we get rid of Vestiphobia. Heck yeah, that's awesome. All right, and then we're going to see if we can do an augury. So we're looking for an 8-up on this roll. No dealio. We gain a survival. So kind of useless there, but is what it is. I'm sure that there's other things that we would have liked to spend those endeavors on, but I think those are the things that we kind of had to. Oh, actually, you know what? You know what, indeed, I might work on that. Let me just check one thing, because specifically what we just unlocked, which was pottery. Ooh, and Mere Omens.
Spends 3 omens to add Metamorphosis Festival to the next year. I mean, kind of want to do that. Also, archive a guild fungus. Settlement gains +1 insanity bonus. I don't really see that being any good personally. But pottery. Pottery. Fermentation. Gain a love juice. Limit once per lantern year. Let's see what organs we have. I'm pretty sure that we're going to do that. We're going to spend an organ and gain a love juice. I'm going to figure out which one that we're going to spend after just because I'm going to need it for the frog dog stuff. And then we're just going to immediately do love stuff. So let's see here. 2 dice, taking the lower of the two, which I kind of despise. Yeah, this is Dragon King. Intimacy. Hey, that is a fantastic roll, though. So a 9 is what we get. The tyrant is pleased. +1 population and choose a dragon's inheritance for the newborn survivor. All right, and who are we having the babies with here? Parents. Do. So DP7 is X4. Ein is X3. Who do we want the most? Probably X. X3, X3, Club 4. Okay, so we're going to do DP7. And then also probably... When we have Sally for the axe. So, with that in mind, we're not really too concerned with the axe there, are we? In that case, let's do Ein. And who do we want as the other? Probably Bluey, because why not? We're going to gain the Grand. And let's see here. So we gain a Dragon's Inheritance. Let's do Oracle's Eye is really sweet, actually. And we'll gain Noble. Gains a second Dragon Inheritance. All right, so we are going to do... Let's do it as a male. Random name. Bernice. Great Bernice. Okay, I'm gonna have to rename some of these survivors here. All right. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. And then abilities, oracles, eye, and pristine. Oh no, that's there too. So you know what? That is fine. We're just gonna keep that as is. Cool, cool. Benedict. Done dealio. All right, so that is done. So lost 2, gained 1. That's the way this game goes. And yeah, let's see. I suppose let's see how much of gear Tuskworks. How much of you can we make? So we're gonna go and build all of this stuff. So select resources, leather, scrap. That sounds good. Required waxydermis, tatty hide. Boom, boom. And then the bracers, encephalomatter, leather, broken lantern. Yep. Bullfrog cuirass. Yep. Bullfrog dress. Ooh, what can we make with you? Oh, bummer. We have to fight it again. And the Gular sack is a strange resource. Okay, well, I guess that means we're going to be fighting it next Lantern Year, and we'll be able to have a little Bullfrog Dog redemption for how the fight didn't quite go as we probably should have done it. What's this one? Again, surpass 10. Okay, yeah, whatever. Well, we are going to continue making some other stuff there too. So we're going to make the shield. And what are we missing for you? A prime tusk. Okay, well, that is still a pretty big, awesome change here. I'm just gonna check one thing. What was it? Final weapon? Ultimate weapon, I think was the name of it. Ultimate weapon. Gain one monster resource of your choice from its resource deck. So we cannot just draw an extra strange resource. That would be cheating. I'm just gonna draw one at random because right now, I guess, well, let's see. What do we want to make with those things? Do we need anything that we don't currently have? So that is a Gular sack. And then the halberd is okay. We have everything else. What about the bauble? Mossy Molar and Aquas Eye. Big Frog Lantern, Wiry Crest. Not really concerned with you because we're going to have a heavy weapon anyways. I think we're going to just draw the Aquas Eye, and that's what we'll do. There we go. Well, so we weren't able to get the full set of armor, but that is kind of the intent of the game. Originally, we were going to fight a level 3 antelope, because we haven't done one of those yet, and try to get the trophy, but we are not going to do that anymore. We are going to fight the bullfrog dog again for a little redemption, because I misplayed this one again. And hey, fun fight though, even with misplaying. So yeah, thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time. Ta-ta for now. Bye!